Is this the most beautiful dahlia ever?
This is the most magical aisle I've ever walked down.
Hey guys, Sunflower Steve here.
Hi flower friends, it's Nicole from Flower Hill Farm, and today it's a very snowy day. I went skiing for 2 hours this morning with my son and a couple of friends, and January is typically a time where I start to make the plans for the upcoming season, but I also reflect back on the season that just ended, and it feels like it ended 6 months ago. I guess it kind of was 6 months ago, but it feels like it was so far away, and yet it feels like I was cutting flowers yesterday. I wish that I was cutting flowers still, but we always have to have that break, and it's a good break. So part of this reflecting, I thought it would be kind of cool to go over my top moments from the flower farm last year, from 2021. And I made a list, and it's very hard. I'm gonna miss some things on this list, but I kind of like went through all of my videos and things that stuck out to me as being like monumental moments for me at the farm, and I wanted to go over them with you. And there's a couple bonus ones at the end, which one of them is not flower farm related, but it's my favorite moment of 2021, hands down. And I'll share that with you guys coming up at the end of this video. Anyway, if you guys have any great successes that you want to share with me for your last season, go ahead and drop it in the comments below. I want to hear about what your success stories were for 2021. Shout it out, be proud. If you had successes, say it, because nobody is going to be a cheerleader like you are going to be your own cheerleader. So I want to talk about some of the monumental things that happened on my farm in 2021. Here's the list. The very first thing I wanted to talk about and kind of reflect back on is the grow room that I built in my basement. Now we built this, it was after I had already started a lot of seeds, but it was before I had the thousands and thousands of like the Gomphrena and the Celosia. That stuff wasn't started yet, but my Lysianthus was started and some Snapdragons were started. And then we built this basement grow room, and I made the addition of 4 extra shelving units with lights and even more, I think 3 times the amount of heat mat space. That was a game changer for my farm, 100%. If I didn't have that space dedicated, then none of the other successes would have fallen into place. It was having that amount of space to grow. And people have been asking that are new to the channel, why is the plastic up on the walls? Well, I essentially created a space that was able to hold high temperatures and high humidity. My basement, on average, it's not heated, and it on average is about 64 degrees, 65 degrees, and it's about 30 to 35% humidity. That's awfully low in the humidity department. So instead of putting, some people just take plastic and put it around their grow shelves. Well, I decided to create kind of like a little seedling room in my basement. The plastic helps to hold the humidity in, and it helps to keep the temperatures, especially once that room is packed with plants and the heat mats are on, the temperature goes up, the humidity goes up. I like to have the humidity between 55 and 65%. I find that's where it works the best. If it gets too high, you get a lot of algae growth. If it gets too low, then things are just not growing to potential. So anyway, the basement grow room was a game changer for Flower Hill Farm for 2021, absolutely, and I'm so excited to get down there and fill it up again this year. Another moment that was really special for me was the family visits to my farm. I have a lot of family members. We're a huge family, and my cousin Margaret visited from Germany, and she's been watching me grow this farm over the last few years. She hadn't visited since I started the farm, and she was just so excited to come here, and I took her around on a tour, and she was able to come to a bouquet bar and make her own bouquet, and it was just a beautiful thing for me. And my mom and my grandparents were here, and that was just, you know, a moment to be proud of what I've built. A family member of mine from the other side of the world coming over and making sure she visited my farm while she was here in the United States. So that was a special moment for me. And I think all of the times that my grandparents visited the farm, I think those were special moments. They'll always be on my top list. Okay, the third monumental thing for me in 2021 was my Mother's Day / seedling sale. Those 2 events happened in the middle of May for me, and my Mother's Day sale tripled from the year before. I had so much more flowers, and I had more to offer. So my Mother's Day sales really, I mean, it was more than I ever expected. for me to handle on my own, doing deliveries and pickups. I can't remember exactly, but I think I had around 50 custom orders for Mother's Day. Some were pickups, some were deliveries. I once again spent my Mother's Day delivering flowers, and you know, it's special. It's special making a delivery, and you're bringing someone happiness. So I can't complain about that. The seedling sale was super successful. Did I have too many seedlings? Yes, I'm always gonna have too many seedlings, but did I exceed my sales that I expected? Yes. So that was a super successful thing, and it encouraged me to fine tune that and make it even more successful this year. And that's what I'll be doing for sure. And I'll be talking about that over the next couple of months with you guys. Okay, so the number 4 on my list here, and this is in no particular order. This isn't like a countdown. This is just, well, except for the last one's the most important one. Anyway, my dahlias. I had such a disappointing year in 2020 for my dahlias with the disease and the drought. Those are the double D year, the year of the double D. Anyway, I had such horrific luck with my dahlias in 2020 that to see them just in abundance in 2021 really blew my mind. I didn't want to even cut any of them. I just enjoyed seeing them so much. There's something to be said for a row of flowers that are just there to be pretty, and I will always strive to have something like that on my property. So the dahlias were 100% one of my favorite things on the farm this year. And this next one, I put it down not because it was a monumental thing to happen on my farm, but because I wanted to show this video again. So, or I don't know if you, was it late spring? Late spring, early summer. I must have been late spring. I had killdeer hatch right by my driveway. So I had to block my driveway off. Please drop packages here. Baby birds in driveway. Thank you. I wouldn't let anyone drive up my driveway, and I had these little tiny birds that come out of the eggs sprinting like insane. And it was the most, it was such a special thing to watch. The mom was loud, and they just, it was really fun. But I've never seen anything as cute as a freshly hatched killdeer, and I will, any excuse to show this video again, I will take it. It's so cute, I can't even stand it. Okay, so the next thing I have written down on my list is called the 14. Now the 14 is 14 95-foot beds that I put in for my annual flowers, for cut flowers this year. That was where I cut all of my bouquets from this year, with the exception of 4 or 5 rows that were inside the deer fence. Those rows made it possible for me to expand to local markets. Not only the farmers market, but a couple of local stores are now selling my flowers in season. So without those 14, I would not have been able to expand the way that I did. And I plan on actually doubling that space in 2022, a little sneak preview of the annual flowers. So I'm so excited to see what that's gonna mean for next year. Okay, so this one actually happened in late 2020, in December 2020, but it carried through 21, and that is Sunflower Steve. It was such a special thing for me to share him with you guys, and it was a relationship that I had built for 6 months or so, and it was just special to share his farm, and you guys reacting to Steve, just to see how genuine of a person he is, and how beautiful his family and his farm and just his whole belief system is something I believe in. Steve has become a great friend of mine, and to see you guys welcome him into this flower community, and really you couldn't get enough of this flower that he's like bred over the course of 13 years now. It was really special to watch you guys accept Steve and just love him as much as I do. So that was definitely one of the highlights of my year. Oh, by the way, Steve he has a newsletter that he releases, and that's about the sale of his seeds. So if you guys are interested in signing up for Steve's newsletter, there'll be a link in the description of this video. Just click on it and add your email address, and he is going to be doing a small fundraiser sale of his seeds this year, and there'll be more details on that to come in his newsletter. Don't contact me about it. Contact Steve. The link is in the description below. You'll just put your email address in and he will send you the newsletter when he releases it. He says he's working on another newsletter coming up soon, so you'll be able to get all of the information about Sunflower Steve's amazing double sunflowers coming up because he will be releasing a small sale in 2022. You don't want to miss out. The next thing on my list was the photo shoot that I held here on the farm. Now, I opened it up 2 nights during 1 week, and I think I had 6 or 7 slots each night, and they filled up. I had people from my hometown, people living nearby, and I also had people come from out of state to come and have their pictures taken on the farm. So that was an experience, and I'm the photographer, so I did it myself, and I couldn't have been happier with the images that I was able to capture and these beautiful children and their parents, and it was really a special thing. And actually one of my good friends, Charisma, I made her go and said, I am taking your picture by yourself. You are a mom and nobody ever takes your picture. I made her go stand in my wildflower field and I captured this gorgeous picture of my friend Charisma. I loved it. And afterwards she was like, thanks for doing that. You know, cause you get caught up as a mom, and all the time people say to me, can you send me one of your headshots? And I'm like, I don't have a headshot. Anytime you see a picture of me, it's a freeze frame from a video, because I have never taken the time to get dolled up and to have a professional photographer come and take pictures of me. It's probably something I should do, but I haven't done it yet. So I really enjoyed having my first photo shoot on the farm, and I'm looking forward to doing that in this next year too. Okay, so we have the next item on the list. Ding, 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 ding. It's something I've been working toward for a couple of years, and that is the hoop house. It was such a giant pain in the butt to put up, but boy, I hope it's gonna be worth it. I am so excited to experiment on this hoop house. It's an investment. The particular hoop house that I purchased was about $2,400 because I bought the extreme weather one, you know, the one that's got all the extra bracing, all the extra wind bracing, all the side bracing, all of the ropes and all of the bells and whistles, because I live in the snow belt capital of the world and we get several feet of snow like right now. We're in the middle of a snowstorm. So it was definitely an investment and something that I hope is going to pay off. And I'm very excited that it's now standing. We had 30-mile-an-hour winds last night and I woke up and I'm like, oh God, oh, the hoop house. But it was fine. This next item on my list is probably the biggest and most monumental thing to happen here on the farm. And that is the bed maker and tractor that we purchased to make Flower Hill Farm happen. Yeah, the bed maker is my #1 tool. I could not do what I did this past year without it. It created those beds that we built in less than 2 minutes. Those would have taken hours by hand. We had that entire 14 laid out in maybe 45 minutes. I don't even remember how long it was.
Like I'm literally crying because that takes me so long.
It was definitely very fast and efficient, and we used the Bio 360, which is a biodegradable mulch film. It's not plastic, and the bed layer also has the capability to run drip tape. We did not do that last year. We might do that in the future, but I didn't, but I have the capability to do so. Anyway, the bed maker was truly the one thing that made, okay, so I used the bed maker to lay the 14. We used the bed maker to plant the lavender. We used the bed maker to plant the lilacs, the berries, the everything. We used it to do the hydrangea field. And darn it, I wish we had it when I did my peonies, because I wouldn't have to put rocks on top of my landscape fabric and it would have just buried itself. It's truly an amazing thing. So well worth the $2,000 that I paid for that attachment. So very, very happy with my bed maker. I would buy it 10 times again if I had to. Okay, so those were my favorite moments on the farm. But this next one, this is a bonus. This is a personal story and video that I'll share, and I've shared it on Instagram, so you may have seen this if you follow me there. But my favorite moment of 2021 is not farm related. It is a gift that I wanted to buy. I'm gonna tear up about it because my mom is so special to me. And so 16 years ago, Brad and I got married in a castle. We got married in a castle. It's a local castle. It's nothing huge or really fantastic, but it's a beautiful local castle, and my mom would joke and call me the princess. And of course, if I was the princess, that would make her the queen. So for the past couple of decades, I have called her the Queen Mother. Hello, Queen Mother. She's in my phone as the Queen Mother, and I just refer to her as the Queen Mother. And she's one of those people that's really hard to buy for gifts and stuff, and she has everything she needs. She doesn't want for anything. So I really wanted to find something hysterical and just, you know, I wanted a good gift this year, and I stumbled upon a website that turns your loved one into royalty, and she's the Queen Mother. So I had this portrait made of her as a queen, and here is a video of her opening it on Christmas morning. We were watching White Christmas in the background. It just happened to be a commercial break when she was opening it, but we love some White Christmas. So here is my mother opening up her special gift.
Oh my God! Take that mirror down.
That's good. Oh my God. Oh, that's great.
I'm dying.
Oh my God. That is really good.
I was dying. I've watched that video every day since Christmas, at least 2 times a day. The raw laughter, not only from my mom, but you can hear my brother and sister-in-law and my sister in the background, and Brad's face. Like, just the raw laughter and surprise. That video will make my day every day for the rest of my life. Anyway, those were the top moments of 2021 for my farm. I wanted to do too a video maybe later this month, like a look back on all of the flowers, like do just a photo montage of the flowers and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm really excited for what 2022 has in store. I feel like as much as I need to do more, I also need to do less. So I'm hoping to find a balance of that, which it's not easy to do. It's not easy to do. YouTube itself is a full-time job. So I'm doing right now 2 full-time jobs between actually running the flower farm and maintaining a YouTube channel. So I'm just really excited to have some help on the farm this year, and I can't wait to see what that's gonna mean for the future of this farm, and I can't wait to grow veggies again. I told my mom, I was like, Mom, is it too dramatic to say there was a hole in my soul without my vegetables? And she said, her exact words to me, well, Nicole, you've been gardening since you were a tiny child, and you've been eating fresh vegetables every year since I've known you. So no, I don't think that's too dramatic. I was like, you're right. I have been eating vegetables and growing vegetables and gardening since I was 8 years old. So it just makes sense that I have this strong urge to grow veggies. So I will. Anyway, so cheers to 2022, and let's hope for an even better year, but it's gonna have to be a great one to top 2021. So we'll see. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for sticking around, guys. We'll see you soon. Some bonus moments that I didn't want to leave out were one time during my bouquet bar on the porch this summer, I had a viewer, Nicole from Sanctuary Blooms in California, Venmo me and pay for my next customer's bouquet, and that was such a beautiful surprise, and the recipient was super grateful. So that was another amazing moment of the year. And then my midsummer chicks, my baby chicks, I love them so much. They're all doing so well, and I actually got my first egg from them. It was like -22 the other morning, and I got my first egg from the midsummer chicks. And I would be remiss not to mention my trips to 2 pretty big flower farms this summer. I went to the Arnosky farm in Texas in October, and I also visited Farmer Bailey, the Dahlia farm in Vermont, and it was so nice to get to know them and spend some time with some like-minded people. I'm looking forward to doing that even more so. So anyway, thanks guys. We'll see you soon.